Okay, hi everyone. So out with Kez in his M2. We're going to do a bit of a, we'll just be filming a piece around the M2. We thought it'd be a good idea to do maybe a first impression. So I've driven this for maybe half a mile. So we're gonna swap seats now. I'm gonna have a go and basically just give you a view of like what these are first impressions from having a go.
Absolutely.
Sounds
yeah.
good.
Let's
All right,
give it a go.
let's do it. Right. Okay.
Ruin all my seat settings now.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
That's when I should have had electric seats, you see.
So there you go. I've got to remember which one. There's so many levers. I think it's pretty much all right actually, apart from I've got obviously clearly stubby legs. I've no idea where we're going, by the way. So back where we come.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Very good. The first impressions are, compared to the cars I've got, the gearbox feels really light.
Yeah.
And the clutch does as well.
Yeah.
But that's unsurprising because I've got
yours are a lot more mechanical.
Yeah, older cars and stuff like that. So it just feels really, what's the word? Just easy to drive.
Yeah. So super easy.
Yeah, just really, really easy. First impressions are, you could drive this car for a long time and not get tired doing it. It's pretty comfy. See everything. And yeah, it's just nice. It doesn't feel too big. Again, I like it. It's nice. It feels just a nice size. You can feel like you chuck it around. I've driven an M4, and that feels big.
Yeah.
I've driven an M4 on a track, and it just feels big basically. And I'm not a massive fan of that personally. So it's quite nice to have something a bit compact. So let's try the auto blip.
Yeah.
Was it on? Did it work? Oh yeah. Okay. Didn't it? Oh yeah.
Okay.
Very good. All right. Okay. Yeah, it's good. So we've obviously not gone particularly fast yet. So
no, exactly. Yeah.
Sort of,
trundle around
small town with a 30 mile an hour limit. But give it a, 20 mile an hour limit.
20 miles an hour limit. Yeah, they're serious on their speed round. Yeah.
That ultimate. Right. So
You've never driven it, so yeah. How does it kind of feel when
my principles say an auto blip is the work of the devil, right? It's just the wrong thing. It's just like there's something so satisfying about blipping the car yourself and getting it right and rev matching it, and it's really, really nice. However, when you're not, for me, it only really works when you're really on it, and it just feels natural then, and it's great.
Yeah.
Like now, we're driving around a small village, I'm able to stop, move, change gear, do stuff, and it's just really nice just to be able to put it in second, and it's just beautifully smooth.
Yes.
And it does it all for you.
Yeah.
And even first gear as well. I mean, if you're ever having to go around a tight corner and you need to go back into first for whatever reason, and it does happen every now and then, then again, having something like this just makes it so much easier.
It does, yeah.
So I think, I think for me the perfect setup would be, it's something you could switch on. I wouldn't necessarily have it on as a default. I think I quite like it as a setting. But yeah, I think you need to be able to easily switch it off. For me, I think there are times when I'd be driving around and I'd wanna have complete control and be able to do it
when you're
myself.
like on a track or something and you're wanting to hone your driving skills, and like you say, I think for me, who is kind of just learning really to, blip and heel and toe and that kind of stuff, it only really works with a very positive brake movement for me.
Yeah, completely.
So softer, sensible road driving. I think exactly like you say, just to have it do it for you is a winner, really.
Heel and toe is something even more. So back to your point there, positive movements. The only setting heel and toe properly works for me is if I'm absolutely on it.
Yeah.
And it's seamless. Then it works really, really well. If you try and heel and toe while you're pottering around, it just doesn't work.
No.
Like, A, you don't need to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And B, it's not fluid enough. But yeah, no, I like it. I'd like to try it with it turned off and sort of understand if it's broadly the same. So okay. So that, I don't know whether that was me or the car. So yeah. So let's change gear. Let's try a manual auto blip. See if it works. Yeah, I don't know whether it's me or the car.
Yeah.
So
I think if we put it into...
one more. That's the car. It sounds pretty much the same, I think.
Yeah.
Fair. So it probably is the car taken over, but hey ho.
Now you've done 3.
Yeah.
Try one without the car. Let's see will forums...
All right. Are the forums correct?
Is it?
No.
No.
Great. All right.
Right, let's try Sport Plus. Oh, sorry, we'll do
Yeah,
Sport.
it definitely goes.
It goes, yeah.
Yeah. It's very linear as well, isn't it? It doesn't. It's not revvy or anything like that. I don't know. You've just turned Sport Plus on, haven't you?
I've not.
Oh, you've not?
No, it's still on.
This is
Sport.
normal, is it?
Yeah, this is normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it seems noisier for the driver than it did for the passenger.
So that could be the active sound.
Yeah.
Which I've never really noticed. I mean, people take to the forums and vehemently argue about this is...
That's all they take to forums for.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the whole point of forums.
Yeah.
People just argue with each other.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
And I've never really noticed it, but it's kind of... people are waving at a tractor here.
Everyone
I thought tractors were supposed to wave at you, but that was... maybe the rules are changed now.
We've been doing it wrong all this time.
That's it, yeah.
Sorry, what were we talking about? What were we talking about?
In kind of traffic now, aren't we? Could do with a clear run. Yeah, the active sound. So maybe for the driver, yeah, that's quite interesting that it. And yeah, I mean, I don't sit in the passenger seat in this much, but
it definitely
feels less.
Louder.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and it sort of makes sense, right? So if they're pumping it through the speakers, they can clearly tailor it to a specific speaker if they want to. So
yeah,
and it sort of makes sense as well. If you're the driver, if you're the passenger, it sort of just makes sense to do it that way, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And I think the thing certainly with this one is, it's not trying to pretend that it's not a turbocharged car. It's, they're not trying to make it sound like a V8 or do anything really, clever with the sound. I believe it just enhances what's already there. So, I wouldn't go to any great lengths to turn it off, especially.
No, it works, doesn't it? I mean, there's nothing to stop you tinkering with the exhaust and putting different stuff
exactly,
on there.
Yeah,
I mean, people give it grief, and again, sort of from a principles perspective, it's it's not pure, is it? Fair enough.
Yeah.
But it works. So,
it does, leave it on. Yeah, and I think all I'll do over time is increase the real sound, which should complement the sound overall.
Exactly. So you said an interesting thing there as well about the fact that so obviously this car is turbocharged.
Yeah.
I've just got in it. I know it's turbocharged, but not once have I. It feels just like I've got two normally aspirated cars. It feels pretty much the same as that, apart from the I guess more linear power delivery.
Yes.
But there's certainly no lag, and I know modern cars don't have lag anymore, but there's just none of that basically. It just feels fairly normal, apart from you've obviously got a fairly
just have a lot of torque from low down.
Yeah, exactly. Rather flat torque curve. So
Yeah.
we were looking earlier on, there's maybe we can show a clip later, but there's you can get some graphics on the screen here. One's a horsepower one, and one's a torque meter. And the torque's really interesting because I guess you'd sort of expect it to rise and fall as you go up the rev range.
Yeah.
But you floor it, it sort of obviously gets to a point and just holds. So your torque curve is probably less of a curve and more of a plateau, isn't it? So,
yes, it is.
Yeah, it's quite. Yeah, but obviously that's the way they work. They can adjust them so they're that way. So.
Yeah.
But no, it seems it's nice. It works really well.
And I think when you tend to look at the dyno charts, the torque is in early, which gives you that shove, but the horsepower curve is very similar to a naturally aspirated car in that it peaks.
I'm assuming they can't.
6,500 RPM, which is.
I'm assuming they can't bugger around with that as much. I think.
No.
But I could be. Someone correct me on that.
Yeah.
I could, without doubt, be wrong. But yeah, no, I'm pretty impressed with it, to be fair. So it's a pretty comfy car. The seats are pretty good, actually. They don't look anything special, but they do. As in, they're not bucket seats or anything like that. But they hold you pretty well.
They do, yeah.
I can feel them here. Can you alter the bolsters here as well?
Yeah, you can. You can pump those up a little bit.
Right. Okay.
Quite nice.
Okay. Yeah. That's pretty good.
The other thing, which would be good to hear your thoughts on, is so this is electric steering, which neither of your cars have.
Yeah, it doesn't. So if my initial impression is it's no different than any other BMW I've driven.
Yeah.
And presumably a lot of those weren't electric steering as well. So, what I find though as well, quite an interesting thing is if you ever drive like a performance car or whatever, they start to feel completely different when you're going for it.
Yes.
So if you drive a normal car, what normally happens is the faster you go, the more out of shape it gets. It starts to wallow. It just struggles because it's not set up to do that, right? It basically gets worse at being a car.
Yeah.
But what I found is certainly when you drive 911s, when you go fast in them and push them, I don't mean like 10 tenths, I mean like 8 tenths or something like that.
Yeah.
They just gel, right? It becomes really seamless in terms of the way they drive, and very, very fluid, and everything feels just right, basically. The steering feels well balanced, the suspension feels nicely damped, the brakes feel strong, and everything the car feels much different and much better. So I think, back to your question in terms of what's the steering feel like now, can I tell the difference? I mean, I'm doing 40 miles an hour or something like that. I think it just feels like I could be in any car, and probably all the steering would feel the same at this speed. But I think only when you're going around a track you're probably going to really notice the big difference.
How it feels, exactly.
Certainly at this speed, it just feels like assisted steering, right? So it feels fairly nicely weighted. There's a bit of weight to there. I like the steering wheel as well. It's nice.
It has a nice feel to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice size. They're quite big. They have quite thick steering wheels for their M cars, don't they?
They do, yeah. There's an Alcantara upgrade option which looks lovely, but I've got to say I've gelled with that one quite nicely. It's just got that really nice feel to it.
I like the stitching as well. I like the coloured M stitching on here.
Yeah.
So I think that's quite cool.
Yeah.
They do one with a light strip across the top.
They do, yeah, and they put that in the GTS and the M4 DTM as well. And I think it's nice. Is it worth 1,500 quid upgrade for mostly normalish driving? Maybe not. I think if you were going to spend a lot of track time on it and you need to see exactly when to shift every gear change, it probably is worth it. But
I think it would get a bit annoying after a while as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Also as well, and this is a personal issue, so don't berate me for it. With light strips across the top, few cars have them now.
Yeah.
Like there's two things you have to have, otherwise it looks one is, for me, the bar has to be level. They do it like curved, and it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
It looks rubbish. And the second one is the lights need to be close together. I don't like it when they spread out. Maybe they've got 5 lights across the whole of the top of the steering wheel.
Yeah.
It just looks a bit.
Kind of reminds me of those LED boards you used to have in technology back at school. You know, where you plug in your little LEDs that have the gap between them. It doesn't feel like a refined product to me. Maybe so much, but
it doesn't. I don't know. So I have a massive bugbear about when people, you have something that crops up in motorsport, and it's made in motorsport because it helps the car go fast.
Yeah.
And then it eventually filters down to cars, like the lights, right? But they change it. They change it to make it look more. They market it so it's a bit more. I don't know, branded or
race
whatever.
Inspired.
And it sort of dilutes what it was there to do in the first place. So again, these if you look at Formula One lights, they're very focused in terms of how they're there, and they're done in a very specific way. And not many cars. I think McLaren do something similar, I guess, for obvious reasons. But I don't know. As it starts to get diluted away from that, I think it just looks a bit naff. But again, personal opinion.
I'd agree.
So,
I agree.
everyone's entitled to their view. I'm sure there's a lot of people who think it's great. So but no, I like it. Back to the point. I think Alcantara is nice. Alcantara can wear though after time, so I guess you've got to be wary of that. But then so can leather. So I guess there's various different options. So you were saying you might get the top here covered in Alcantara.
Yeah, I just saw that the other day. Someone had done a photo and they copied the blue Alcantara stitching that's on the side panels of the door here. And just had that done on the dashboard, and I've got to say it did look really, really good. I'm not normally a fan of kind of changing how cars come out of the factory. I think it's very hard to get an OEM look that looks really good, but because they've done exactly the same materials, it just suited straight away. It looked really good. So and like you say, if there's ever just a bit that needs improvement, it is this dashboard area. So it would be good to change.
I think that would make a big. You would almost accent it without going overboard, wouldn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
And you get some good companies now that do all this kind of stuff, and they do it to such a high standard. That it just looks absolutely OEM. So there's a guy I use, or was trying to use for some of the seats on my car, and he would use basically OEM leather. So you would get the leather from the same place that the manufacturer get it from. At exactly the same spec, and he does it in a way that's absolutely identical.
Yeah.
So I think if you get the right person to do it, then it can look really good. Having said that, if you get the wrong person to do it, it can do completely the opposite, and
exactly.
it just looks terrible. So, but I think that's a good thing to do. I think so. Yeah. Overall, pretty good. I think I'd quite like to have a go on the track.
Yes.
I think that would It's really like to try on the track, and really like to try against an M4. And I'd really be interested to see what the differences are between the two, because on paper they're fairly similar, but obviously there's obviously a size difference there.
There is, and another kind of 60 horsepower kind of thing. So it'd be good to see how that feels. But I'm wondering if in the bigger car that extra pace just feels deadened slightly, just because you're in a slightly bigger car. I don't know. It'd be just good to try it.
Yeah, I think it would work.
But
also the physical size as well, right? So how does this seem more nimble than an M4? Because it's a little bit smaller, or I don't know, they're different characteristics, and that could be a good thing to try. So,
exactly.
Yeah. So overall, good purchase.
Cool.
Cheers, all right, and we've got a few more videos coming up from you around the car. So stay tuned for those.
Yep. Excellent. Cheers.